Hello, fellow Immutables. This is Louis, BGN Louis. I wanted to make a quick video to explain what has happened over the last few days with regards to the DARA extension. Now, the DARA project as whole, comprises of so many components. There's the backend, the server, the actual contract on the blockchain, the front end that you see with the control panel, and the extension. Now, all of the above is ready and 100% tested and working. The extension itself has been submitted to Google Chrome Store in order to make it easily available. So you can basically go to the extension store and the web store and download the extension 2 clicks onto your browser. We have published that extension or uploaded it to Google and have passed the review. A little background here. Google has announced at one point that they will be discontinuing or stop accepting new extension submittals that are built with Manifest v2, as they have released a new set of guidelines under something called Manifest v3, which is quite restrictive and requires a lot of functions to be rewritten from scratch with workarounds to some of the complications that it imposes. Nonetheless, the cutoff date was the 17th of January, and our extension was eventually approved. And the dashboard, the developer dashboard, shows the exact same explanation or description that it's been approved and ready for publishing anytime before the 12th of February at 09:59:59, which is 10 o'clock in the morning my time technically. I didn't want to make an assumption, so I got in touch with Google Developer Support, and they have assured me that the fact that the cutoff date is the 17th does not really affect me or us because it's already been approved. It's only the new submittals that wouldn't get accepted. However, yours has already been submitted and you just need to publish it. And in fact, I have an email from Google Developer Support, and I'm going to show it here. Give me a second. Yeah. So here's an email on the 26th of January, which is 9 days after the discontinuation of Manifest v2, in which it is from Chrome Web Store Dev Support at google.com. He likes to misspell Louis, and nonetheless, hello Louis, thanks for your response. Yes, you will not have issues publishing your item in its current state. Notice, I will not have any issues publishing in its current state, and this is the 26th of January, after the cutoff. Then he says, if you change anything, including a description, you will need to convert to v3 and submit the item for review. Please let us know if you have any questions. Cool, understood. Now, what we were seeing here on the Chrome Developer Web Store, the dashboard here, status ready to publish. This is the ID of the extension, and it says the draft has been accepted, meaning it's passed the review, and it's ready for to be published before February 12th, 2022. All is good. In fact, on another part of the page, you can even see, again, ready to publish, etc. However, when I go to hit the publish button, you'll notice that it's actually grayed out. And when I click why can I not submit, I was getting this. You can no longer publish new Manifest v2 extensions. We were led to believe that we will not be able to submit Manifest v2 extensions. However, since it's been submitted and accepted, we were led to believe that publishing is not going to be an issue, as I showed you in my previous email. Now, this has caught us off guard, and it was not something we were expecting. I don't think anybody can fault me or us when it comes to the due diligence that we have done, because I have contacted them, and as you could see in that particular email, it was pretty straightforward, clean cut, explaining what's going on. Now, since then, I have been in contact with Google, and these are timestamps in my local time. I was up literally 2 days now, throughout the whole night, because the replies usually come in at night. So thanks for the response. Thanks for confirming. We've escalated this, and then I did not get any update, etc. With eventually my last email to them being today. Now, clearly this is the weekend, so I'm really hoping that's the reason they did not get back in touch. They were quite reactive. They were getting back in touch pretty reasonably in terms of lead times. Now, what do we do from here? Gig and myself and everybody else, we're all confident that it is gonna be sorted. I wouldn't say actually confident myself. I mean, I'm optimistic. I do believe that Google is going to sort this out because it was a clear case of miscommunication on their behalf. And I'm really hoping they will do the right thing because rebuilding the extension on Manifest v3 is something that is ongoing for months, by the way. It has been a separate project, a separate plan, which has been going on regardless. Nonetheless, it will, we cannot depend on that as we need time to finish this. So ideally, Google would make this, would rectify this, and we would be able to publish the extension and continue as originally planned. I've not yet given up. However, should we give up if Google fails to resolve this for us, would be considering to actually launch this in its current form, which is perfect, with the exception that the extension itself will be hosted on our website. So you basically download it, drag and drop it to install it. Clearly it only adds an extra step, which is, enable developer mode to install it. Some of you may opt not to do this. They prefer to download it from the Google Play Store, the Chrome Web Store, in which, I cannot argue with that. However, after all, as you know, Chrome extensions are simple JavaScript and, HTML pages and stuff like that. And you can actually open it, have a look at it. There's really nothing sinister in the code. It's pretty straightforward. It's been heavily inspired and a lot of the code, in fact, for the extension itself, which is the part that basically captures the page, has been taken from another extension which is available called Save Page WE. There's nothing to hide here. I mean, it is good at what it does, and I have approached the original developer seeking their help and offering them to get on board with us. However, he declined kindly, and he said, go ahead, do what you gotta do. Unfortunately, for now, he's got other engagements. Anyhow, the extension itself is really a very small part, which is literally all it does. It captures the page, makes it a single file, and then a small piece of code that we've put in will upload it to our backend. And that's where all the heavy lifting starts, where, it gets processed, gets published to IPFS, get the hash, gets pushed to or published to Binance Smart Chain with or without a connection to your wallet. Transactions are signed, secured. There's heavy encryption between the client and the front end. There's a lot of work that gets done there. I mean, effectively, that is really what we've spent so much time working on. So that's where we are right now. That's where we stand. Ultimately, we have to. I would personally like to wait, and Gig is of the same thought that we would like to wait a couple of days to give Google the chance to get back to us and give us a conclusive response. And based on that, we'll plan the next steps. I do realize that, some of you may have been upset that we haven't communicated this earlier. I physically was not able to do any of this because, like I said, I was really working, completely off hours, awake till 10 o'clock in the morning trying to get this done. And nonetheless, here's the update. Unfortunately, we were kind of really hopeful that things get done. And now that it's no longer the 12th, we are on the 13th of February. This is where we stand, and I really do hope this clarifies the situation and puts your mind at ease. Stay tuned. You will have all our official updates on Discord, and feel free to get in touch. And if hopefully once we have any good news or any news, you will hear it as soon as possible. Thank you all.